1970s things found in every home. Get ready to groove back to the 1970s, where bold colors, funky patterns, and handcrafted charm ruled the day. This unforgettable decade brought personality to every corner of our homes. Join us as we rediscover the iconic decor and hidden treasures that defined the era. Televisions. In today's world, televisions blend seamlessly into our living spaces, often mounted discreetly on walls. But back in the groovy 1970s, the TV was more than just a screen. It was a commanding presence, a piece of furniture that dictated the entire layout of the living room. Imagine these behemoth consoles, encased in handsome wood cabinets, often taking center stage in the room. They weren't just for watching your favorite shows. They served as a focal point, a gathering place for the family, and a display surface for cherished knickknacks and framed family photos. The TV was a statement piece, a reflection of the era's love for craftsmanship and functionality. And what better way to enjoy your favorite programs than with a TV tray? These ingenious inventions were a staple in 70s homes, providing a convenient surface for enjoying a home-cooked meal or a classic TV dinner while catching the latest episode of your favorite show. Remember, this was a time before VCRs and DVRs, so missing an episode was simply not an option. TV trays were a symbol of convenience and a testament to the importance of television in 70s culture. They allowed families to gather around the TV, enjoying a meal and entertainment together, creating cherished memories in the warm glow of the screen. Macramé Mania. The 1970s, a time when macrame reigned supreme. It was impossible to escape the intricate knotted creations that adorned homes from floor to ceiling. Macrame was more than just a craft, it was a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of the era's embrace of bohemian style and DIY creativity. Picture this. Stepping into a 70s home and being greeted by a cascade of macrame plant holders, their intricate knots cradling lush greenery and adding a touch of earthy elegance to the space. The walls were adorned with macrame wall hangings, transforming ordinary surfaces into textured masterpieces. And who could forget the iconic macrame owls? These wise-looking creatures, meticulously crafted from knotted cords, became a ubiquitous symbol of the 70s, their watchful eyes adding a touch of whimsy and personality to every room. Macrame was a testament to the era's resourcefulness and creativity. It was a craft that could be enjoyed by all, regardless of skill level, allowing people to personalize their homes with unique, handmade creations. The intricate knots and patterns of macrame reflected the 70s penchant for handcrafted details and the desire to bring a touch of nature and artistry indoors. Did your house in the 1970s have features like these? If there were any differences, feel free to share them with us. Retro vacation. Memories. In the 1970s, vacations were cherished events, meticulously documented and eagerly shared with loved ones upon returning home. The advent of Super 8 film and slide projectors transformed the way memories were captured and relived, creating a shared experience that brought families and communities together. Imagine the excitement of gathering around a projector screen, the lights dimmed, anticipation hanging in the air. The whirring sound of the projector signaled the start of the show, as vacation memories flickered to life on the screen. Grainy Super 8 footage transported viewers to faraway destinations, capturing the sights, sounds, and emotions of the trip. Slides, meticulously arranged in carousel trays, offered a series of still images, each frame a carefully composed snapshot of a treasured moment. These home movie nights weren't just about showcasing vacation highlights. They were social events, opportunities for families and neighbors to connect, share stories, and relive experiences together. Laughter filled the room as viewers commented on funny moments, gasped at breathtaking scenery, and reminisced about shared adventures. The projector screen became a portal to another time and place, a window into the lives and experiences of others. While Super 8 film and slide projectors have largely faded into obscurity, replaced by digital cameras and online sharing platforms, the memories they captured and the shared experiences they fostered remain a cherished part of the 70s legacy. Walls. Step back in time with me to the groovy 1970s, where interior design took a bold turn. Forget the sleek shiplap of today. Back then, it was all about embracing the warmth, and sometimes faux-ness, of wood paneling. Imagine entire rooms bathed in the woody embrace of plywood or fiberboard, designed to mimic the look of real timber. Sure, it might not have always fooled the discerning eye, but it perfectly complemented the earthy, natural vibe that permeated 70s homes. But if wood wasn't your jam, then chances are your walls were adorned with wallpaper that could only be described as funky. Think vibrant geometric patterns exploding in a kaleidoscope of contrasting colors, a true testament to the era's free-spiritedness. And let's not forget the textured walls that beg to be touched. From flocked or foiled paper to textured plaster, these walls weren't just for looking at. They offered a tactile experience, a feast for the fingertips. The colors and textures were so captivating, it was almost impossible to resist reaching out and running your hand across their unique surfaces. Pottery Craze of the 70s. The 1970s witnessed a surge in the popularity of pottery, a craft that seamlessly complemented the earthy, natural aesthetic that permeated homes of the era. Pottery wasn't just a decorative element, it was a reflection of the 70s ethos, embracing handcrafted artistry and a connection to natural materials. Imagine walking into a 70s home and encountering an array of ceramic creations, each piece imbued with a unique character and charm. Perhaps a handcrafted ceramic lamp graced a side table, its warm glow illuminating the room with an inviting ambiance. A hand-thrown vase, adorned with earthy glazes and organic textures, might hold a bouquet of freshly cut flowers, adding a touch of nature's beauty to the space. The prevalence of pottery in 70s homes could be attributed to several factors. For some, it was a newfound hobby, a creative outlet fueled by the era's DIY spirit and the desire to personalize their living spaces with handmade treasures. Others were drawn to the burgeoning ceramic art movement, appreciating the artistry and craftsmanship of skilled ceramicists. Whatever the reason, pottery became an integral part of the 70s aesthetic, adding a touch of warmth, texture, and individuality to homes across the nation. Fringe Frenzy. Imagine stepping into a 70s home and being greeted by a doorway framed by a cascade of fringe, creating a playful and welcoming entrance. The windows were adorned with curtains that boasted a fringe trim, adding a touch of whimsy and texture to the natural light that streamed in. Even the lampshades weren't spared the fringe treatment, their soft glow enhanced by the delicate swaying of the fringe with every gentle breeze. The prevalence of fringe in 70s homes speaks to the era's embrace of texture and movement. It was a time when interiors were infused with a sense of playful energy and a touch of bohemian chic. Fringe added a dynamic element to otherwise static objects, creating a visual feast for the eyes and a tactile experience that invited interaction. Of course, the love for fringe might also suggest that people in the 70s simply enjoyed a good dusting challenge. The delicate strands were notorious for attracting dust and requiring a bit more attention during cleaning routines. But for those who embraced the 70s aesthetic, the extra effort was a small price to pay for the unique charm and personality that fringe brought to the home. Rec rooms. No 70s rec room was complete without its signature seating. The pod chair, the egg chair, the ball chair, or the globe chair, whatever you called them. These futuristic-looking seats were surprisingly cozy and inviting. Imagine sinking into their plush, rounded forms, feeling enveloped in a cocoon of comfort as you enjoyed a game of foosball or listened to your favorite vinyl records. These chairs weren't just confined to the rec room. They often found their way into bedrooms, adding a touch of space-age coolness to personal sanctuaries. And to complete the rec room ambiance, no self-respecting 70s space would be without its funky lighting. These weren't your average lamps. We're talking about those weird and wonderful creations with colored filaments that glowed with an otherworldly aura. They cast an ethereal light on the rec room, creating a psychedelic atmosphere that was both mesmerizing and a little bit eerie. Without these glowing orbs, the rec room would have been a much darker, less vibrant space. They were the lifeblood of the party, adding a touch of magic and intrigue to every gathering. So, whether you were lounging in a pod chair, playing pinball under the glow of a lava lamp, or simply hanging out with friends in the dimly lit ambiance, the 70s rec room was a place where memories were made, laughter echoed, and the spirit of the era came alive. It was a space that embraced individuality, creativity, and a whole lot of fun, leaving an indelible mark on the memories of those who experienced its unique charm. Kitchens. Step into a 1970s kitchen, and you'll be greeted by a symphony of color that extends far beyond the countertops and cabinets. In this era of bold design choices, even kitchen appliances became canvases for self-expression, adding a vibrant pop of personality to the heart of the home. Forget the sleek stainless steel or classic white and black appliances of today. The 70s embraced a rainbow of hues, with avocado green, harvest gold, and sunny yellow reigning supreme. Imagine a refrigerator in a cheerful shade of yellow, its sunny disposition brightening up the entire kitchen. A stove in a vibrant shade of avocado green, its earthy tones adding a touch of natural warmth to the space. These colorful appliances weren't just functional, they were statement pieces, reflecting the era's love for bold hues and a rejection of the mundane. While these vibrant appliances might seem like a relic of the past, their disappearance from modern kitchens wasn't necessarily due to any functional shortcomings. In fact, many of these 70s appliances were built to last, their sturdy construction a testament to a time when durability was prized. However, as design trends shifted in the 1980s, the once beloved colors fell out of favor, replaced by a preference for more neutral and understated tones. The avocado greens and harvest golds that once defined the 70s, kitchen became symbols of a bygone era, a reminder of a time when kitchens were bursting with color and personality. Imagine chrome accents gleaming on the legs of kitchen chairs, reflecting the light as you gathered around the table for a family meal. Coffee tables, appliances, and even lamps boasted chrome details, adding a touch of futuristic elegance to the space. Pyrex dishes, a staple in kitchens today, were elevated to an art form in the 70s. Forget the plain, clear designs of modern Pyrex. Back then, these dishes were vibrant, colorful, and proudly displayed on kitchen tables and countertops. A casserole dish with a swirling pattern or a mixing bowl in a bold shade of orange became a statement piece, a reflection of the era's love for bold colors and patterns. No 70s kitchen was complete without its iconic glass pendant lights, suspended above the dining table like giant glowing orbs. These oversized globes, often in a vibrant shade of orange, were a defining feature of the 70s aesthetic, casting a warm and inviting glow over family meals and gatherings. Vinyl tablecloths were another must-have in 70s kitchens and dining rooms. These practical and easy-to-clean coverings not only protected the precious wood table underneath, but also added a touch of retro charm to the dining experience. Today, vinyl tablecloths might be relegated to outdoor picnics, but in the 70s, they were a staple of indoor dining. And for the ultimate in 70s entertaining, nothing could rival the fondue pot. This communal dining experience was all the rage, with guests gathering around a bubbling pot of melted cheese or chocolate, dipping bread, fruit, or marshmallows into the warm, gooey goodness. Of course, fondue parties weren't without their hazards. A misplaced elbow or a clumsy dip could result in a cheesy mishap on a lap, or even worse, the dreaded shag carpet. Thankfully, the trusty vinyl tablecloth was there to catch any stray drips. Before the days of single-serve coffee makers, the 70s kitchen was dominated by the massive, full-pot coffee maker. Brands like Mr. Coffee became household names, their presence on the countertop signaling a constant supply of freshly brewed coffee, ready to fuel the day's activities. Floating stairs. Ascend to the second floor of a 1970s home, and you might encounter a design element that was both daring and captivating: the floating staircase. These architectural marvels, seemingly suspended in midair, were a hallmark of 70s design, adding a touch of drama and intrigue to the home's interior. Imagine a staircase with individual steps cantilevered from the wall, creating the illusion that they were floating without any visible support. This minimalist design, devoid of traditional risers or stringers, created a sense of openness and spaciousness, allowing light to flow freely through the space. While the floating staircase might have evoked a sense of precariousness for some, it was a testament to the 70s embrace of bold architectural experimentation. These staircases were not only functional, but also served as sculptural elements, adding a touch of artistry and visual interest to the home. Which part of the content impressed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Rattan Furniture. The 1970s witnessed a migration of furniture from the patio to the living room, as rattan's natural charm and breezy aesthetic captured the hearts of homeowners. This versatile material, traditionally associated with outdoor furniture, found a new home indoors, adding a touch of bohemian elegance and casual comfort to 70s interiors. And if there's one iconic piece of rattan furniture that epitomizes the 70s, it's the peacock chair. This majestic throne, with its high back and flared sides resembling a peacock's plumage, became a symbol of the era's embrace of natural materials and handcrafted artistry. Imagine a 70s living room adorned with a peacock chair, its intricate woven design adding a touch of exotic flair to the space. Whether used as a reading nook, a conversation piece, or simply a decorative accent, the peacock chair was a statement piece, a reflection of the era's love for unique and eye-catching furniture. Even if you didn't own a peacock chair yourself, chances are you knew someone who did. It was a coveted item, a symbol of bohemian style, and a connection to nature's beauty. The popularity of Rattan Furniture in the 70s extended beyond the iconic peacock chair. Rattan sofas, tables, and chairs became commonplace in living rooms, bedrooms, and dining areas, adding a touch of warmth and texture to the home. Phones. In the 1970s, the telephone was a symbol of durability and simplicity, a far cry from the sleek, multifunctional devices we carry in our pockets today. These were phones built to last, their hefty weight a testament to their solid construction and enduring quality. While they couldn't browse the internet, take photos, or play games, they excelled at their primary function, connecting people through the power of conversation. Imagine a 70s phone, its sturdy base firmly planted on a tabletop or wall-mounted, with a sense of permanence. The rotary dial, a familiar icon of the era, offered a tactile and satisfying experience as you rotated the dial to connect with friends, family, or colleagues. The satisfying click-clack of the rotary mechanism was a soundtrack of the 70s, a reminder of a time when communication was a more deliberate and focused act. Though push-button phones had emerged in 1963, their adoption was gradual, and many homes in the 70s still relied on the trusty rotary dial. Owning a push-button phone in the 70s was a sign of embracing the future, a subtle nod to technological advancement. The ease and speed of dialing with buttons were a welcome change for some, while others clung to the familiarity and tactile satisfaction of the rotary dial. Regardless of your preference, the 70s phone was a central fixture in the home, a lifeline to the outside world, and a symbol of connection in a time when communication was less instantaneous and more cherished. Alarm clocks. Enter the flip clock alarm clock, a true icon of the 70s. This mechanical wonder, with its numbered panels that flipped over with a satisfying click-clack, became a ubiquitous presence on bedside tables and nightstands across the nation. The mesmerizing dance of the flipping numbers, marking the passage of time with each click, was a source of both fascination and amusement. And what better way to complement the 70s aesthetic than by encasing this technological marvel in the ever-popular fake wood veneer? This faux wood finish, a staple of 70s design, added a touch of warmth and retro charm to the flip clock alarm clock, making it a seamless addition to any bedroom or living space. The clicking sound of the flipping numbers became a familiar soundtrack of the 70s morning routine, a gentle nudge to awaken from slumber and embrace the day ahead. Whether you loved or loathed the insistent clicking, there's no denying that the flip clock alarm clock held a special place in the hearts of 70s dwellers. The home stereo system. In the 1970s, the home stereo system was more than just a source of music. It was a centerpiece of the living room, a symbol of entertainment, and a testament to the era's love for high-fidelity sound. These elaborate systems, often housed in sleek, wooden cabinets, transformed living rooms into personal concert halls, where families and friends could gather to enjoy their favorite tunes. Imagine a 70s living room dominated by a towering stereo cabinet, its faux wood grain finish blending seamlessly with the era's decor. The receiver, the heart of the system, might be perched proudly atop the television or housed in its own dedicated piece of furniture, its dials and knobs promising a symphony of sonic possibilities. The record player, a revered component of the stereo system, held a place of honor, ready to spin vinyl records and unleash their analog magic. And for those who embraced the latest technology, the 8-track player, with its convenient cartridges and continuous loop tapes, offered a portable and accessible alternative to vinyl. The stereo cabinet wasn't just a functional piece of furniture. It was a repository of musical treasures, housing a vast collection of vinyl records and 8-track tapes, each one a portal to a different musical world. The speakers, often placed on the floor flanking the stereo cabinet or television, completed the immersive audio experience, their faux wood grain exteriors echoing the design aesthetic of the era. Please comment 1 to let me know you'll be watching this video until the end. Vinyl records. The 1970s marked the golden age of vinyl records, a time when music lovers embraced the warm, analog sound and the tactile experience of flipping through album covers that were often works of art in themselves. Concept albums, like the Eagles' iconic Hotel California, reached new heights of storytelling and sonic exploration, their elaborate cover art adding another layer of depth and meaning to the listening experience. The artistry of album cover design was a hallmark of the 70s, with artists and designers collaborating to create visually stunning and conceptually rich packaging that enhanced the music within. From psychedelic landscapes to evocative portraits, album covers became a canvas for self-expression, a reflection of the music's mood, message, and cultural context. While vinyl records have experienced a resurgence in recent years, their popularity in the 70s was unparalleled. Record stores were bustling hubs of musical discovery, where enthusiasts could browse through rows of albums, carefully selecting their next sonic adventure. The 8-track tape. Alongside vinyl records, another format vied for dominance in the 70s, the 8-track tape. These compact cartridges, with their continuous loop tapes, offered a convenient and portable way to enjoy music in the home and on the go. 8-track players became a fixture in cars and living rooms, their presence a symbol of the era's embrace of technology and its desire for musical accessibility. However, the 8-track format had its limitations. The most notorious drawback was the dreaded mid-song track change, where the music would abruptly cut off as the tape switched to the next track. This jarring interruption could disrupt the flow of a song and diminish the listening experience. Despite its flaws, the 8-track enjoyed a period of widespread popularity, particularly in the car audio market. Its compact size and ease of use made it a favorite among music lovers on the move. Colonial-style furniture. The 1970s witnessed a resurgence of interest in colonial-style furniture, a design aesthetic that harkened back to America's early history and evoked a sense of timeless elegance and craftsmanship. This revival of colonial furniture might have been fueled in part by the nation's bicentennial celebrations in 1976, which sparked a renewed appreciation for American heritage and traditional design. Imagine 70s homes adorned with colonial-inspired pieces, their rich wood tones and classic silhouettes adding a touch of warmth and sophistication to the decor. In living rooms, stately wingback chairs and elegant sofas, upholstered in luxurious fabrics, created an inviting atmosphere for conversation and relaxation. Bedrooms featured 4-poster beds with intricate carvings and ornate detailing, transforming sleeping quarters into havens of tranquility and refinement. Dining rooms were graced by sturdy tables and chairs, crafted from solid wood and designed for gatherings and shared meals. The colonial furniture revival wasn't just about replicating historical designs. It was about reinterpreting them for a modern context. While staying true to the core elements of colonial style, such as clean lines, simple ornamentation, and a focus on functionality, 70s interpretations often incorporated contemporary materials and finishes, creating a blend of old and new. The popularity of colonial furniture in the 70s reflected a desire for enduring style and quality craftsmanship. These pieces were not merely trendy furnishings. They were investments meant to last for generations, their timeless appeal transcending fleeting design fads. Living room. Furniture. Let's step into the heart of the 70s home, the living room, and imagine the scene as guests gather for an evening of laughter and conversation. The first thing that would catch your eye is the iconic floral sofa, a true centerpiece of the era. These weren't your dainty, understated couches. They were big, bold, and bursting with vibrant floral patterns. Imagine sinking into a plush sofa adorned with oversized daisies or sunflowers, creating a whimsical garden-like atmosphere. It was as if you were lounging in a field of flowers, bringing the beauty of nature indoors. If the floral explosion wasn't your cup of tea, perhaps you'd gravitate towards the solid-colored armchairs that were equally ubiquitous in 70s homes. The most coveted shade? Harvest gold, a warm and inviting hue that seemed to find its way into every living room. But avocado green and persimmon orange were close contenders, adding a pop of color and personality to the space. And let's not forget the round ottomans, upholstered in the same signature 70s palette. These versatile pieces served as footrests, extra seating, or even makeshift coffee tables, adding a touch of casual comfort to the room. But perhaps the most iconic seating option of the era was the beanbag chair. These squishy, shapeless wonders were a favorite among kids and adults alike, popping up in living rooms, family rooms, and basements across the nation. Sinking into a beanbag chair was like entering a world of ultimate relaxation, a cozy cocoon where you could escape the world's worries. Of course, these beloved beanbags weren't without their hazards. A sudden split seam could unleash a cascade of polystyrene beads, creating a cleaning challenge that only added to the 70s charm. No 70s living room was complete without the ubiquitous crocheted blanket, a handmade testament to the era's love for craft and cozy decor. These blankets, often lovingly crafted from scratchy wool, weren't necessarily the softest or most comfortable for snuggling under during a movie marathon. However, they held a special place in the 70s aesthetic, adding a touch of homespun charm and vibrant color to the living space. You'd typically find them draped artfully over the back of the floral sofa or casually tossed across the round ottoman, ready to add a pop of color and texture to the room. Perhaps these blankets were a cherished heirloom, lovingly crocheted by a grandmother with nimble fingers and a keen eye for detail. Or maybe they were the product of Mom's newfound winter hobby, a creative outlet fueled by hours spent watching television and perfecting her crocheting skills. Whatever their origin, these crocheted blankets were a reflection of the 70s spirit, embracing bold colors and intricate patterns that mirrored the era's fashion and design trends.
10 Forgotten Home Decor Trends of the 1970s. Ever wonder what it was like to live in a 70s home? Brace yourself for a wild ride as we uncover the boldest, most unforgettable, and sometimes regrettable design trends of the decade. From shag carpets that swallowed small objects to bathrooms that resembled custom vans, we'll explore the experimental spirit of the 70s, where individuality reigned supreme and homes became canvases for self-expression. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and maybe even get inspired as we revisit the iconic decor that defined a generation. Conversation pits. If you wanted a truly groovy and unique living room in the 70s, a conversation pit was the ultimate statement piece. Now, these weren't just your average sunken living rooms like you might have seen in later decades. We're talking multiple steps down, a significant dip in the floor that became the focal point of the room. The perimeter of the pit was lined with comfy seating, creating a cozy and intimate space for gatherings and, well, conversations. Often you'd find a low table or even a fireplace in the center, adding to the ambience and making it the perfect spot to hang out with friends and family. While undeniably cool and innovative, conversation pits weren't without their downsides. Imagine a big hole in the floor with no railing, definitely a hazard for little kids and older folks. I can only imagine the number of tumbles and stumbles that happened at those trendy 70s parties. It's a shame because they do look like a lot of fun, a unique way to create a social space within a home. But perhaps the lack of safety features and the potential for accidents contributed to their eventual decline in popularity. Still, conversation pits remain a fascinating example of 70s design, a testament to the era's willingness to experiment with unconventional layouts and create spaces that encouraged interaction and connection. Number 11. Wall hangings. The walls of 70s homes were often adorned with a fascinating collection of items that, while ubiquitous at the time, are rarely seen today. One such item was the multi-gauge weather station. These typically featured 3 dials: temperature, humidity, and barometric pressure, giving the impression of a scientific instrument. However, their functionality was often questionable, serving more as a decorative piece than an accurate weather forecasting tool. The fancier versions were made of real wood, while more budget-friendly options, like the one I had in my own home, were crafted from wood veneer. Speaking of faux wood wall decor, who remembers those battery-operated clocks with matching candle sconces? My family had a set, and I distinctly recall those dark green candles never being lit, even after the clock and sconces were retired from wall duty. It's as if we'd become so accustomed to them as mere decoration that their intended purpose as candles was completely forgotten. Number 4. Console stereos. No 70s living room would be complete without a console stereo, the entertainment hub of the era. But forget about those sleek, stacked component systems that came later. We're talking about a massive furniture-style stereo that dominated the room. Imagine a long, low cabinet, usually made of wood, with doors that swung open, slid apart, or even lifted up like the hood of a car, revealing its inner workings. Inside, you'd find a turntable for your vinyl records, a stereo receiver, and the star of the show, the 8-track tape player. And of course, there was plenty of built-in storage for your record collection. And those chunky 8-track tapes. 2 large speakers, often covered in decorative fabric, flanked the cabinet, ready to blast out your favorite tunes. Now, despite its impressive size, this stereo system was surprisingly simple to operate. You had a dial for tuning the radio, maybe a bass and treble knob, and a single volume control for both speakers. No fancy graphic equalizers or individual speaker adjustments here. This console stereo was a symbol of the times, a blend of technology and furniture, designed to be both functional and a statement piece in the home. It was a far cry from the portable music players we have today, but it held a certain charm and represented a time when music was a shared, communal experience, enjoyed in the comfort of your living room with family and friends. Number 2. Wallpaper. Wallpaper became a huge design element. And we're not talking about your grandma's dainty floral prints. We're talking vibrant, in-your-face patterns that screamed 70s style. Think geometric shapes, big, bold flowers, and colors that popped like a disco ball. Avocado green, mustard yellow, burnt orange. These were the shades that ruled the day, bringing a warm, earthy vibe to homes everywhere. And some folks didn't even stop at the walls. They wallpapered the ceilings too. Imagine looking up and seeing a continuous landscape of flowers or a groovy geometric pattern. It was all about making a statement and creating a space that felt totally unique. Now, some wallpapers aimed for a more peaceful feel, bringing the outdoors in with scenes of nature. But this was a departure from earlier decades where wallpaper was often seen as a backdrop, something subtle and understated. In the 70s, wallpaper was meant to be noticed, to be a conversation starter, a reflection of the free-spirited and expressive nature of the times. Number 8. Sofa sleepers, granny square Afghans. For those who weren't quite ready for the playpen or didn't have the space for a conversation pit, there was another iconic sofa option in the 70s, the trusty hide-a-bed. This ingenious piece of furniture did double duty as a couch by day and a guest bed by night. It was the perfect solution for those frequent visits from relatives who, for some reason, never considered booking a hotel room. If you traveled to see family in the 60s or 70s, chances are you've spent a night or two on a hide-a-bed. And what kept you warm on those chilly nights? Most likely, it was a granny square Afghan, draped lovingly over the back of the hide-a-bed. These colorful, crocheted blankets were a staple in every household, often found adorning chairs and sofas as well. While they might have been a bit itchy, they were perfect for snuggling under on a cool evening. Granny square Afghans, like the hide-a-bed, represent a time when practicality and resourcefulness were valued. They were homemade, often passed down through generations, and served a practical purpose while also adding a touch of warmth and personality to a room. They evoke a sense of nostalgia for a simpler time, when families gathered together and cherished handmade items. Comment one if you enjoyed the content above. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to follow our videos. Number 10. Colored toilet paper. If you lived through that era, you might remember the days when bathroom tissue wasn't just white. It came in a rainbow of colors, allowing homeowners to perfectly match their toilet paper to their bathroom decor. Imagine avocado green, sunshine yellow, or even a bold shade of burnt orange toilet paper gracing your bathroom dispenser. It was a commitment to design coordination that extended to every last detail. However, it wasn't long before the novelty of colored toilet paper wore off, and for good reason. It turned out that the dyes used to create those vibrant hues contained potentially harmful chemicals. These chemicals could not only irritate sensitive skin, but also posed a threat to the environment and septic systems. As awareness of these issues grew, the demand for colored toilet paper dwindled. People realized that practicality and safety outweighed the fleeting satisfaction of a color-coordinated bathroom. And so, the reign of colored toilet paper came to an end, replaced by the plain, white variety we're all familiar with today. Number 1. Shag carpet. You step into a groovy 1970s living room, And the first thing you feel is the luxurious sink of your feet into a thick, plush shag carpet. It's a sensation that defines the era, and it was made possible by some cool advancements in technology. Back then, they figured out how to make synthetic fibers and weave them into these super dense, long carpets, which meant that suddenly everyone could afford to have this awesome shag carpeting in their homes. It became a total trend in the 60s and 70s. Now, keeping this carpet looking fabulous wasn't just a matter of a quick vacuum. Oh no, you needed to get out a special rake and fluff it up regularly. And let me tell you, if you were ever clumsy enough to drop something small, like an earring back or a tiny button, well, consider it gone forever. That shag was like a black hole for anything tiny. But despite the occasional lost earring, shag carpeting was a symbol of comfort and style in its time, a testament to the changing technology and design trends of the era. Number 3. Televisions. Before the 70s, living rooms were all about conversation. Furniture was arranged to encourage face-to-face interaction, and the TV, if there was one, was often a small, portable thing tucked away in a corner. But as technology advanced and television became more and more popular, the TV started to take center stage. It wasn't just a gadget anymore. It was a piece of furniture, a status symbol, the heart of the living room. In the early 70s, a good-sized color TV, maybe 21 inches, would set you back a cool $500. That's like $3,500 in today's money. These TVs were often housed in big, wooden consoles, carefully chosen to match the rest of the furniture. And the top of the TV, that became prime real estate for family photos, knickknacks, and anything else folks wanted to display. This shift in the living room layout shows how important television became in people's lives. It went from being a side note to the main event, reflecting the growing influence of media and entertainment in our homes and daily routines. The TV became a place where families gathered, where they shared experiences and connected with the wider world. Number 7. Modular furniture. If a full-blown conversation pit wasn't your thing, but you still wanted that groovy, social vibe in your living room, modular furniture was the answer. These sectional pieces were like giant building blocks, allowing you to create different configurations to suit your needs. Want a cozy spot for a group chat? Easy. Arrange the sections in a U-shape or a circle and voila, instant conversation zone. And if you wanted to politely exclude someone from the conversation, maybe your daughter and her dolls, you could strategically arrange the furniture to create a subtle barrier. It was like social engineering through furniture. Now, for the ultimate bachelor pad, there was the Playpen brand of modular furniture. The name itself speaks volumes about the intended purpose of this particular style. Let's just say it was designed with a certain type of play in mind, and the advertisement certainly didn't shy away from that image. Modular furniture, especially the Playpen variety, reflects the changing social norms and attitudes of the 70s. It was a time of experimentation, liberation, and a more open approach to relationships and sexuality. The furniture itself became a reflection of this cultural shift, offering a playful and customizable way to create social spaces that catered to different needs and lifestyles. With us the part of this article that you found the most impressive or interesting. Thank you. Number 12. Blacklight posters. Farrah Fawcett. Teenage bedrooms in the 70s were often transformed into psychedelic wonderlands, thanks to the rise of blacklight posters. These vibrant, fluorescent artworks typically featured rock bands, musicians, or abstract designs that seemed to come alive under the glow of a blacklight. Blacklight posters were relatively affordable and readily available, with Spencer's Gifts being a prime destination for browsing their illuminated glory in the back aisle. Alongside these psychedelic masterpieces, another iconic poster graced the walls of countless homes, the image of Farrah Fawcett in a red one-piece swimsuit. This poster, captured in 1976, became a symbol of 70s pop culture, embodying the era's sense of freedom, beauty, and sex appeal. Number 5. Organs. Now, if your family was more into making music than listening to it, you might have found a home organ gracing the living room wall. Believe it or not, organs were a pretty big deal in the 70s. I remember seeing Lowry organ stores in malls, with a guy in a suit playing away, trying to lure shoppers in with the sweet sounds of the organ. It was quite a spectacle. I'm not sure if folks bought them as a smaller, perhaps more affordable alternative to a piano, or if they were mainly for those die-hard Lawrence Welk fans, but I can see the appeal. Those organs were pretty cool looking, with all those buttons and lights, like a spaceship control panel for music. The organ offered a unique sound, somewhere between a piano and a full orchestra, and it allowed for a lot of creativity and expression. Perhaps it was the allure of creating your own mini orchestra at home, or maybe it was just the sheer novelty of the instrument, but whatever the reason, organs found their place in many 70s homes, adding another layer to the decade's diverse musical landscape. They might not be as common today, but those home organs definitely hold a special place in the memories of those who grew up in the 70s. Number 9. Bathrooms. If there was one room in the house that truly embraced the bold and sometimes questionable design trends of the 70s, it was the bathroom. In a quest for comfort and a cohesive aesthetic, homeowners took the shag carpeting craze to a whole new level. The bathroom floor. Yes, you read that right. Carpeted bathrooms were a thing. The idea was to extend the warm, cozy vibe of the living room into the bathroom, keeping those tootsies toasty on chilly mornings. But why stop at the floor? Soon the carpeting frenzy spread to other bathroom surfaces. It started innocently enough with fuzzy toilet lid covers, often paired with matching floor mats. But then, the tank lids got covered too, and before you knew it, the entire toilet tank was swathed in plush fabric. Some bathrooms even started to resemble the inside of those tricked-out custom vans that were popular at the time. Looking back, it's easy to question the practicality of carpeted bathrooms. Hygiene concerns aside, imagine the moisture and potential for mildew. But in the 70s, it was all about creating a unified design aesthetic and embracing a sense of comfort and luxury, even in the most unexpected places. 10 old home features that have faded into history. Ever wondered how people kept food cold before refrigerators, or how they moved laundry in a 3-story house without breaking a sweat? Welcome to a journey back in time, where we'll uncover 10 forgotten features of old homes that will leave you both amazed and nostalgic. Get ready to rediscover ingenious solutions from a bygone era, like ice-powered refrigerators, hidden servants' quarters, and even miniature elevators for your meals. Let's unlock the secrets of these fascinating architectural relics and explore the stories they tell about the way people lived in the past. Milk doors. Before the advent of refrigerators, fresh milk was a daily necessity, and the milk door played a pivotal role in ensuring its safe and convenient arrival. These ingenious little portals, also known as milk chutes, were typically built into the exterior walls of homes and apartments. They consisted of 2 small, insulated doors, one facing outside and the other inside, creating a secure compartment for milk bottles. The milkman would simply place the fresh milk in the outer door, and the homeowner could retrieve it from the inner door without ever having to step outside. Imagine the convenience. Milk doors offered several benefits. They protected the milk from curious animals, opportunistic thieves, and inclement weather. They also streamlined the delivery process for the milkman and made it easier for families to access their daily supply of fresh dairy. Milk doors were a ubiquitous feature in many older homes, a charming reminder of a time when home deliveries were an integral part of daily life. As refrigeration became more widespread and supermarkets emerged, the need for milk doors gradually faded. While they may be a relic of the past, milk doors continue to evoke a sense of nostalgia and offer a glimpse into the resourcefulness and ingenuity of bygone eras. They represent a time when simple solutions played a significant role in enhancing the convenience and efficiency of daily routines. Servants' quarters. Let's delve into the intriguing history of servants' quarters, those hidden spaces within grand homes that offer a glimpse into a bygone era of domestic service. From the late 17th century to the early 20th century, servants' quarters were a common feature in large houses, providing both living and working areas for the staff, who kept these households running smoothly. In more modest homes, these quarters were often tucked away in basements or attics, while larger estates might dedicate a separate wing or even a separate building to accommodate the household staff. The underlying principle was to ensure that servants were readily available to perform their duties while remaining discreetly out of sight from the main living areas. Think of it as a carefully orchestrated social dance, where the lives of the wealthy and their servants intersected yet remained distinctly separate. Servants' quarters are more than just architectural relics. They serve as valuable historical artifacts, offering insights into the social dynamics of the past. They reveal the stark contrast between the lives of the affluent and those who served them, highlighting the hierarchical structure of society during that period. Studying these spaces allows us to trace the evolution of domestic service over time and to better understand the changing roles and relationships within these complex households. They are a window into a world where upstairs and downstairs represented not just physical locations, but also distinct social spheres. Coal chutes. Let's unearth a fascinating architectural relic of the Victorian era, the coal chute, a testament to the ingenuity of home heating before the dominance of electricity. These essential features were often integrated into the foundation walls of homes, typically constructed from sturdy metal and featuring a hinged door that opened to reveal an angled tunnel. This tunnel served as a delivery point for coal trucks, which would deposit the week's supply of fuel directly into the chute. The coal would then tumble down into a dedicated room in the basement, conveniently located next to the furnace. It's not uncommon to find these coal rooms with walls still bearing the telltale black stains of their former purpose, even today. For homes without the luxury of a coal chute, the task of coal delivery fell to workers known as lumpers, who would transport the heavy fuel in wheelbarrows or bags, a labor-intensive undertaking. In more affluent households, a marvel of engineering known as the Riley-Stoker revolutionized the process. This ingenious device automatically transported coal from a hopper directly to the furnace, eliminating the need for manual shoveling. Coal chutes and their associated technologies offer a captivating glimpse into the evolution of home heating systems. They represent a time when coal was the primary source of warmth, shaping the design and functionality of Victorian homes. Exploring these historical features allows us to appreciate the resourcefulness of past generations and the advancements that have led to the comfortable and convenient heating systems we enjoy today. Dumbwaiters. Let's explore the fascinating world of dumbwaiters, those ingenious little freight elevators that have been quietly serving buildings for centuries. These compact workhorses have played a vital role in transporting goods, particularly food, between floors in multi-story structures. While their popularity peaked in grand homes of the past, dumbwaiters can still be found in modern buildings like restaurants, schools, and libraries, efficiently shuttling items from one level to another. Before the advent of electric motors in the 1920s, dumbwaiters relied on a system of ropes and pulleys for operation. It was the ingenuity of George W. Cannon in the late 19th century that brought us the mechanical dumbwaiter, revolutionizing the way goods were moved within buildings. Dumbwaiters were intentionally designed to be smaller and less powerful than their passenger elevator counterparts, typically handling loads of a few hundred pounds. They were the perfect solution for transporting laundry meals, firewood, and other essentials, eliminating the need for laborious stair climbs and making life easier for those who lived and worked in multi-story buildings. These unassuming workhorses represent a fascinating blend of practicality and ingenuity. They are a testament to the human desire to find efficient solutions for everyday challenges. While they may not be as visible or glamorous as their larger elevator siblings, dumbwaiters have played a significant role in shaping the way we live and work, quietly and efficiently serving our needs for generations. Parlors. Step back in time to the 18th and 19th centuries, when the parlor reigned supreme as a symbol of social status and refined living. In grand homes of that era, the parlor was a dedicated space for receiving guests and showcasing a family's most prized possessions, from elegant furniture to exquisite artwork. It was often referred to as the best room in the house, a testament to its meticulous decoration and its role as a stage for social gatherings. This special room hosted significant family events, from joyous celebrations like weddings and births to somber occasions like funerals. To maintain its pristine condition, the parlor was often kept closed when not in use, ensuring it was always ready to welcome visitors. Imagine stepping into a parlor and finding yourself surrounded by plush, comfortable chairs, a stately sofa, and perhaps even a grand piano for musical entertainment. The parlor was a haven of elegance and a reflection of a family's taste and social standing. As time marched on and homes evolved, the parlor gradually transformed into the more casual and multifunctional living room we know today, often accommodating new forms of entertainment like televisions. Nevertheless, the legacy of the parlor lives on, reminding us of a time when social gatherings and formal entertaining held a prominent place in the rhythm of daily life. Transom windows. Let's journey back in time to explore the fascinating world of transom windows, those charming architectural features you often find perched above doors in older buildings. Before the advent of modern air conditioning and heating systems, transom windows played a vital role in maintaining a comfortable indoor environment. These small, operable windows served as ingenious ventilation systems, allowing fresh air to circulate freely throughout a room while still ensuring security. Thanks to their elevated position, they also acted as natural light sources, brightening up interiors without compromising privacy. Think of them as clever architectural multitaskers. To open and close these high-up windows, people used special tools called transom operators, adding a touch of mechanical ingenuity to the mix. Transom windows weren't just functional, they also served as elegant design elements, adding character and visual interest to building facades. They were a testament to the resourcefulness of earlier generations and their ability to combine practicality with aesthetic appeal. Today, transom windows continue to be appreciated for their historical significance and their ability to enhance both the functionality and beauty of buildings, reminding us of a time when design solutions were both clever and visually captivating. What feature of old houses impresses you the most? Feel free to share your thoughts with us. Washstands and pitchers. Let's rewind to a time before the convenience of indoor plumbing, when the daily ritual of washing up involved a charming duo, the washstand and pitcher. These essential pieces were fixtures in homes of the past, offering a glimpse into the resourcefulness of daily life before sinks and running water became commonplace. The washstand, typically crafted from beautiful hardwoods like mahogany or walnut, served as a dedicated station for personal hygiene. It was a compact table or cabinet, often adorned with intricate details, designed to hold a wash basin and a matching water pitcher. Imagine starting your day by pouring fresh water from the pitcher into the basin, using it to wash your face and hands. This simple act was an integral part of the daily routine, a moment of personal care and refreshment before the advent of modern conveniences. As indoor plumbing systems gradually became more prevalent, the need for washstands and pitchers diminished. They transitioned from everyday necessities to cherished antiques, reminding us of a time when simplicity and mindful resourcefulness were woven into the fabric of daily life. While they may no longer be indispensable in modern homes, washstands and pitchers continue to hold a certain allure, evoking a sense of nostalgia and appreciation for the ingenuity of past generations. They serve as elegant reminders of the evolution of our homes and the ways in which we interact with the essential element of water. Knob and tube wiring. From the 1880s to the 1930s, this method was the standard for bringing electricity into buildings, representing a pivotal step in the electrification of our lives. Picture individual, insulated copper conductors snaking through the walls and ceilings, held in place by porcelain knobs and tubes. These components acted as insulators, preventing the wires from coming into direct contact with the building structure. This ingenious yet simple approach made electricity more accessible and affordable than other wiring methods available at the time. However, knob and tube wiring had its limitations. It lacked a crucial safety feature, a grounding conductor, which increased the risk of electrical shocks. Additionally, the exposed wires were susceptible to damage from rodents or careless handling. As household electrical demands grew with the advent of appliances like refrigerators and washing machines, knob and tube wiring struggled to keep up. Today, this once ubiquitous wiring system has largely been replaced by safer and more efficient modern alternatives. While it's mostly a relic of the past, knob and tube wiring serves as a reminder of the ingenuity and resourcefulness of early electrical pioneers. It represents a significant milestone in the evolution of our homes and the way we harness the power of electricity. Recognizing this historical context allows us to appreciate the advancements that have led to the safe and reliable electrical systems we depend on today. Butler's pantries. These specialized rooms, strategically located between the kitchen and dining room, served as the command center for all things related to dining and entertaining. Think of them as the elegant backstage areas where meals were meticulously prepared and presented. The butler's pantry was a haven for fine silverware, delicate china, and impressive serving dishes. It was also where tasks like polishing silver and meticulously counting the inventory of tableware took place, ensuring that every meal was a flawless performance. In some grand households, the butler's pantry even served as the butler's sleeping quarters, providing a watchful guardian for the valuable silverware and ensuring its safety throughout the night. While the role of the butler may have diminished over time, the allure of the butler's pantry endures. Today, these spaces continue to be coveted in modern homes, often serving as staging areas for preparing meals, storing fine dining essentials, and adding a touch of old-world charm to the heart of the home. Whether you envision it as a bustling hub of culinary activity or a tranquil sanctuary for your most treasured tableware, the butler's pantry remains a testament to the elegance and meticulousness of a bygone era, offering a touch of timeless sophistication to any home. Icebox. Imagine a time before electric refrigerators, when keeping food fresh relied on a fascinating invention called the icebox. These non-mechanical marvels, also known as cold closets, were a staple in homes during the early 1900s. Picture a wooden cabinet, beautifully crafted with hollow walls lined with tin or zinc, and packed with insulating materials like cork or sawdust. At the top, you'd find a compartment designed to hold a large block of ice. As the ice melted, it released cool air that circulated down through the box, chilling the food stored in the lower compartments. This ingenious design allowed families to keep perishable goods fresh for longer periods, without resorting to methods like smoking or drying. It was a revolution in food preservation. However, maintaining an icebox required a bit of effort. Homeowners had to regularly replace the melting ice, often relying on the local iceman for a fresh supply. Despite this, ice boxes played a pivotal role in household life, transforming the way people stored and consumed food. They were a testament to human ingenuity and the ongoing quest for better ways to preserve and enjoy the bounty of nature.
Did your childhood home feature any of these groovy gems? Share your memories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this blast from the past, be sure to check out our other videos exploring nostalgic trends and forgotten favorites. Don't forget to subscribe and share the love with fellow nostalgia buffs. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. Until next time, keep the 70s spirit alive.